last remaining lowland primeval forest in Europe to one of the continent's largest inland water systems, and even a bizarre forest of crooked trees, Poland boasts a landscape filled with natural wonders. So stay with us as we explore the magic of Poland's natural treasures. Before we begin our journey through Poland's stunning natural landscapes, let's take a moment to explore some fascinating facts about its unique environment. Did you know that Poland is home to the last primeval lowland forest in Europe? The ancient Białowieża Forest is over 10,000 years old and shelters the European bison, the continent's heaviest land animal, which was saved from extinction here. Poland also boasts thousands of lakes. Literally, the Masurian Lake District in northeastern Poland is one of Europe's largest inland water systems, featuring over 2,000 interconnected glacial lakes. And yes, Poland has a desert. The Błędy Desert, located in southern Poland, is a naturally formed sandy expanse created by glacial activity and centuries of deforestation. Its shifting sands and arid appearance are unlike anything else in Central Europe. Perhaps one of the country's most mysterious natural wonders is the Crooked Forest, a small grove where over 400 pine trees grow with identical, unnatural 90-degree bends at their bases. No one knows exactly how or why, and the forest remains an unsolved puzzle that continues to baffle everyone. Now, let's dive in and explore some of the most incredible and iconic natural wonders this nation has to offer. Tatra Mountains. Did you know that Poland is home to an alpine-like mountain range with towering peaks, glacial lakes, and deep valleys? The Tatra Mountains, forming a natural border between Poland and Slovakia, are the highest range in the Carpathian system and include Rzeszów, the country's tallest peak at 2,499 meters. These mountains are part of Tatra National Park, a UNESCO biosphere reserve known for its diverse ecosystems, from subalpine meadows to jagged granite summits. Nestled deep within the Tatra Mountains, Morskie Oko, which means Eye of the Sea, is widely considered Poland's most beautiful lake and ranks among the top natural attractions in the park. Located at an elevation of 1,395 meters, the lake is surrounded by sheer granite peaks, including Rzeszów, which towers dramatically above the water. The Tatras also hold cultural significance. Since the 19th century, they've inspired poets, painters, and composers of the Polish Romantic era. Interestingly, during World War II, the Tatras served as a covert escape route for resistance fighters and couriers crossing into Hungary. The range supports endemic flora and fauna, including chamois, marmots, and lynx. Whether you're hiking up the famous trail to Gehwant, whose sleeping night silhouette symbolizes Polish national spirit, or exploring limestone caves, the Tatras offer a captivating blend of raw nature, myth, and history. Zakopane and Gubałówka Hill. This is the winter capital of Poland. This lively mountain town is renowned not just for its ski slopes and wooden chalets, but for being the heart of Highlander culture. A ride up the Gubałówka funicular, established in 1938, takes you to a scenic ridge with sweeping views of the Tatra Peaks and the Podhale Valley below. Zakopane has hosted major sporting events, including ski jumping World Cups and the FIS Nordic World Ski Championships. But it's also been a magnet for intellectuals and artists. Zakopane's wooden architecture, especially the unique Zakopane style developed by artist Stanisław Wojciechowicz in the 19th century, draws influence from traditional Tatra craftsmanship and Art Nouveau. Today, bustling Korpówki Street offers a contrast of rustic traditions and modern tourism, where you can try oscypek cheese or shop for woolen handicrafts. Gubałówka is more than just a view. It's a cultural crossroads, where modern Poland meets its mountain roots. Pieniny Mountains and Dunajec River Gorge. Imagine floating through a medieval borderland flanked by 300-meter-high limestone cliffs. That's exactly what you'll experience in the Dunajec River Gorge, one of Poland's most scenic and geologically fascinating landscapes, nestled within the Pieniny Mountains. This region is home to Pieniny National Park, the oldest in Poland, established in 1932, and boasts remarkable biodiversity and karst terrain. Traditional wooden rafts, guided by river raftsmen in folkloric costumes, have carried travelers through the gorge for centuries, a custom dating back to the 19th century Austro-Hungarian era. The mountain's crowning jewel is Czerkarony, also known as Three Crowns Peak, with its panoramic views of Slovakia and the Dunajec Valley. The nearby Nidica Castle, perched above the river, dates back to the 14th century and has legends of Inca gold hidden by refugees from South America. The region's mixed Polish-Slovak heritage is reflected in its architecture, dialects, and even plant life, as many species grow here at the northernmost edges of their natural range. Masurian Lake District. Did you know that Poland has a region nicknamed the Land of 1,000 Lakes, and it's a sailor's paradise? The Masurian Lake District in northeastern Poland actually features over 2,000 interconnected lakes, making it one of Europe's largest freshwater lake regions. Formed by glacial activity, the region is crisscrossed by scenic canals and rivers that make it ideal for sailing, kayaking, and houseboating. The Great Masurian Lakes Trail, stretching over 100 kilometers, is one of Europe's top inland water routes. Beyond its natural beauty, Masuria has deep historical layers. Once part of East Prussia, the region bears traces of Teutonic castles, Gothic churches, and Prussian estates. During World War II, it was home to Wolf's Lair, Hitler's secret military headquarters, hidden deep in the forests near Ketcherzin. Today, many ruins from that era remain open for exploration. The region also plays host to unique wildlife. Crooked Forest. In this park, over 100 pine trees grow with identical 90-degree bends at their base, and no one knows why. Welcome to Krzywy Las, or the Crooked Forest, near the town of Gryfino in western Poland. This small but mysterious grove contains around 400 pine trees, all bent sharply to the north just above ground level before curving back upwards, forming an eerie, uniform arch. Planted in the 1930s, the tree's strange shape is believed to be man-made, possibly created using tools or weights when the trees were saplings, though the exact technique and purpose remain unknown. Some theories suggest the forest was intended for furniture making or shipbuilding, while others lean toward natural phenomena like snow pressure or a genetic mutation, though none have been proven. During World War II, much of the local documentation and knowledge about the area was lost, deepening the mystery. The Crooked Forest has gained international attention and is often described as one of the most surreal and unexplained natural curiosities in Europe. Narew National Park. This river split into dozens of channels, weaving through wetlands like a living maze. Narew National Park, home to one of Europe's most unique river systems. Dubbed the Polish Amazon, the Narew River flows not in a single channel but through a network of interlacing streams, oxbow lakes, and peat bogs that change with the seasons. Located just east of Białystok, this relatively small park is a treasure trove for ecologists and hydrologists. It preserves a rare type of anastomosing river, a natural phenomenon where watercourses braid and divide across a wide floodplain. Bird species like marsh harriers, corncrakes, and black terns find sanctuary here, while beavers reshape the ecosystem with their dams. Historically, the Narew River played a strategic role. Its wetlands formed a natural defensive barrier for centuries, influencing both settlement and military strategy in eastern Poland. The park is also part of the Podlasie region, known for its multicultural heritage, including Tatra villages and Orthodox wooden churches. Wooden footbridges and observation towers offer immersive ways to explore the landscape without disturbing it. Narew National Park invites you to slow down, observe quietly, and discover a side of nature that's as intricate as it is peaceful. Bory Tucholskie National Park. Nestled in northern Poland, Bory Tucholskie National Park is part of one of Europe's largest forest complexes, the Tucholskie Forest. Spanning thousands of square kilometers, this serene landscape features a mosaic of pinewoods, peat bogs, and over 20 glacial lakes. Formed by retreating glaciers during the last ice age, its unique post-glacial terrain supports rare ecosystems, including nutrient-poor lakes that are home to species found nowhere else in Poland. The park is part of the Tucholskie Forest Biosphere Reserve, designated by UNESCO in 2010 for its ecological value. Historically, this area was used as a hideout for Polish resistance fighters during World War II and has remained largely undeveloped. Birdwatchers are especially drawn here, with sightings of osprey, black stork, and wood grouse. The local Kashubian culture adds an anthropological layer to the park's charm, with traditional villages, folklore, and crafts that have survived for centuries. Białowieża Forest. What if you could walk through the last remaining primeval forest in Europe, unchanged since the Ice Age? That's exactly what you experience in Białowieża Forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and Biosphere Reserve straddling the border between Poland and Belarus. This ancient woodland spans over 1,500 square kilometers and is home to a staggering variety of biodiversity, including 12,000 species of animals and over 1,000 species of plants. But its most famous residents are the European bison, the continent's largest land mammals, reintroduced here after going extinct in the wild in the early 20th century. The forest was once a royal hunting ground for Polish kings and later for Russian Tsars. Even during both world wars, it was carefully guarded. In fact, Nazi officials preserved the forest for their own hunting use, unintentionally protecting its ecosystems. Today, parts of the Polish side are designated as a strict nature reserve, accessible only with a guide, making it a living laboratory of ecological processes. You'll find fallen trees left to decay naturally, wolf packs, lynx, and rare woodpecker species thriving in the untouched environment. Korzeniowy Dół Gorge. Imagine walking through a fairy tale landscape where trees seem to float above the ground on twisting roots. That's the enchanting effect of Korzeniowy Dół Gorge, a narrow, root-filled ravine near the artistic town of Kazimierz Dolny in eastern Poland. This gorge, formed by centuries of water erosion in the region's lush soil, stretches about 500 meters long and is only a few meters wide. Over time, rainfall has carved steep walls into the soft earth, exposing the roots of old trees, which hang eerily overhead and form natural sculptures. The scene is so surreal that it feels like walking through the pages of a fantasy novel. Kazimierz Dolny itself was a major trade and artistic hub during the Polish Renaissance and is now a protected historic town, drawing artists and travelers alike. The gorge is a favorite for photographers and nature lovers, especially in autumn when the roots are framed by vibrant leaves. What makes Korzeniowy Dół so special is its fragility, created purely by natural erosion. Karkonosze Mountains. This Polish mountain range, nicknamed the Land of Spirits and Legends. The Karkonosze Mountains, also called the Giant Mountains, are steeped in mysticism and form part of the Sudetys along the southwestern Polish-Czech border. The range's highest peak, Śnieżka, 1,603 meters, was once believed to be a dwelling place of Rubizal, a mountain spirit featured in centuries of folklore. These mountains are protected under Karkonosze National Park, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, and are known for their post-glacial rock formations. The area has long attracted pilgrims and scientists alike. In the 17th century, the summit of Śnieżka hosted one of Europe's first mountain meteorological observatories. The 19th century saw the rise of health resorts in nearby towns, which became popular with German and Czech elites. During the Cold War, this border zone was tightly controlled, adding an air of secrecy to the landscape. With dramatic waterfalls, architectural treasures, the Karkonosze provides a uniquely enchanting experience. Hel Peninsula. How about visiting a place where land seems to float on the sea, curving gently like the tail of a fish? That's Hel Peninsula, a 35-kilometer-long sandbar stretching into the Baltic Sea, separating Puck Bay from the open sea. This unique landform is so narrow, just 300 meters wide in places, that you can watch the sunrise on one beach and the sunset on the other. Formed by wind and wave action over centuries, the peninsula has played a strategic and cultural role for generations. During World War II, Hel was heavily fortified by the Polish Navy and became one of the last strongholds of resistance in the 1939 German invasion. Remnants of bunkers and military outposts still dot the landscape. Today, the peninsula is part of the Coastal Landscape Park, offering pristine dunes, pine forests, and some of Poland's best windsurfing and kite surfing spots. The fishing town of Hel at the tip features a seal sanctuary and maritime museum. Hel is also home to unique Kashubian culture, where the local dialect and traditions are still practiced. Slowinski National Park. What if Poland had its own version of the Sahara, complete with wandering sand dunes? It does, and it's called Slowinski National Park, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve located along the Baltic Sea coast. The park's most famous feature is its massive moving sand dunes, which shift several meters each year under the influence of strong coastal winds. These wandering dunes can rise up to 30 meters high, slowly engulfing forests and creating an ever-changing desert-like landscape. The park takes its name from the Slowinski people, a now nearly extinct Slavic ethnic group who once lived in this region. Historically, the area was under German rule until 1945, and remnants of Lutheran churches and pre-war settlements can still be found nearby. Slowinski also protects coastal lakes like Lebsko and Gardno, wetlands that are crucial stopovers for thousands of migratory birds, including cranes and white-tailed eagles. Walking the park's wooden trails, you can transition from pine forests to salt marshes, peat bogs, and finally to shimmering sands. It's a place where ecosystems collide in spectacular ways. Bieszczady Mountains. This is where Europe's wildest and least disturbed mountain landscapes are found. The Bieszczady Mountains, a mysterious and remote region in the southeastern corner of the country. Unlike the dramatic peaks of the Tatras, the Bieszczady are characterized by rolling hills, vast alpine meadows, and fog-laced valleys. This area is part of the Eastern Carpathians Biosphere Reserve and is one of the few places in Europe where large predators like wolves, lynx, and even bears still roam freely. Historically, the region was home to diverse ethnic groups including Lemkos, Boykos, and Jews, but World War II and post-war forced resettlements drastically altered the human landscape. As a result, many villages were abandoned, and nature reclaimed the land. Today, Bieszczady is a haven for solitude seekers, nature lovers, and stargazers. It's part of one of Poland's darkest sky areas. The peaceful wooden Orthodox churches, some UNESCO listed, and the iconic Wetlinska Polonina Ridge Trail offer both spiritual calm and sweeping views. In Bieszczady, you don't just hike, you disappear into a quieter, timeless Poland. Białowieża National Park. Welcome to Białowieża National Park, Poland's largest national park and one of Europe's premier birdwatching destinations. Located in the northeast, the park protects the Białowieża marshes, a vast and unspoiled wetland complex formed along the Białowieża River. This area is a critical habitat for migratory and nesting birds, including the globally threatened Aquila pomerina and the elusive great snipe, whose unusual mating dances attract ornithologists from around the world. But birds are just part of the story. Białowieża also harbors Europe's largest moose population and serves as a haven for wolves, otters, and aquatic plants. Historically, the marshes acted as natural fortifications. During both world wars, local residents used their dense, impassable swamps as a shield from advancing armies. The park's Red Marsh is a strictly protected area showcasing pristine bogs and rare peatland flora. Walking the wooden boardwalks, you'll feel like you're floating above time. Stołowe Mountains National Park. Also known as Góry Stołowe, this is one of Poland's most geologically fascinating and visually surreal landscapes. Located in the Sudetes near the Czech border, this park protects the only tableland mountain range in Poland, characterized by flat-topped plateaus, deep crevices, and fantastically shaped sandstone formations. These rocks, sculpted by millions of years of erosion, have formed natural corridors, mushroom-shaped towers, and figures that resemble animals, people, and even castles. The park's most famous sites include Czerniec Wielki, the highest peak at 919 meters, a natural labyrinth of narrow passages and towering walls that have starred in films like The Chronicles of Narnia. The area also plays a role in Central European folklore, with local legends claiming that devils and giants once inhabited the rocks. Beyond the stone formations, the park boasts lush forests, peat bogs, and rare alpine plant species. In the 18th century, these mountains began attracting royal visitors and scientists, including King Frederick William III of Prussia. Today, Stołowe Mountains National Park continues to amaze hikers, photographers, and nature lovers alike. So, you've made it to the end. Thanks for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed the adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration. Got a favorite Polish landscape or a place we missed? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy travels.